Hi friends! Do you remember what plants need to grow? Plants need sunlight and water. Today, I thought it would be super cool if I showed you something very special about water. Water kind of has a superpower because it can change, almost like it's going through metamorphosis like a caterpillar, but not quite. Now, water is very wet, right? Do you see the water I have in here? It moves, it shakes, it drips. Now, water is a liquid. A liquid is something you can drink, like water, juice, milk, things like that are liquid. They're all similar. They're wet, they slish slosh around, they drip, and they change shape. It doesn't matter what container I pour it in, the water, the liquid, always moves to fill it up. See? And if I pour my water in here, this is another shape. The water will fill it up. All liquids move this way. Water is a liquid. But what's special about water is it can change. It doesn't always stay a liquid. Now, one of the things water can become is solid. So it can be a liquid or it becomes solid. Do you know what the word solid means? Solid means it's hard, like the floor, like the wall, like this glass. It's solid. Look, my Play-Doh container is solid. My glue stick is solid. Water is a liquid. I can go through it, right? Ugh, now I'm all wet. But a solid, I can't go through it. Look, this is a solid. It doesn't change shape to fit this glass like the water did. This is a solid. My scissors, careful with scissors, are solid. They did not change shape to fill this glass the way the water did. Now, water can turn into a solid when it gets super cold. Do you know what we call water when it's super cold? Ice. I have ice. We call water ice when it's super cold and it becomes a solid. Look, it no longer fills the container the way the water did. Instead, they stack up on each other. My ice cubes are solid, kind of like blocks that you might use to build. Ice is solid. Now, water is a liquid. Water, when super cold, can turn into a solid like ice. And water can do one more special thing. It can be liquid, it can be solid, or water can be a gas. Do you know what a gas is? Guess what? You're breathing a gas right now. Did you know that? The air is made of oxygen. That is a gas. Sometimes you can see a gas, like if your grown-ups are boiling water. If you go to the stove and you boil water, you'll see steam come out of the pot. Now don't touch it, it's super hot. But steam is a gas. Steam is water that got too hot and started to evaporate and turn into a gas. When you look up outside and you see all the clouds in the sky, all the water that was on the ground evaporated, turned into a gas, and formed clouds up there. Okay? Now water can change from a liquid to a solid, and when it's super hot, to a gas. When it's a gas, we call it steam. Now when we want to water our plants, we don't put gas on it. We don't put steam on it. That would be too hot. Some friends said that when they planted their plants or their marigolds and things like that, that sometimes they take an ice cube and they put an ice cube on the ground. And then as the ice cube melts, it'll water the plant. Look, do you see my ice cube dripping? Look very careful and you'll see water droplets. As the ice cube melts, it's turning from a solid back into a liquid. How cool is that? So water can be a liquid, which is what we usually use to water plants, right? It can be a liquid, it can be a solid, and it can be a gas. Now, I really want to show you a gas, but it's really hard to show steam because steam can get super hot, right? Next time your grown-ups are cooking and they're boiling water for tea or for pasta or boiling water for rice, or maybe they're boiling some vegetables, ask them if you can watch and see the steam come up. Since I can't show you steam, I still want to show you a gas. So I have a little experiment for us. For this experiment, I have a bottle. I have vinegar, which is a liquid. Do you see? It's slishy and sloshy just like my water. I have a balloon, which, guess what? A balloon is solid. I have a balloon. I have a funnel, also solid. And, ta-da, baking soda. Baking soda is a powder, and a powder is actually a bunch of tiny little pieces of solids all together. So to do this experiment, this is what you have to do. Or you can just watch. You gotta take your vinegar and pour it in your bottle. And you see the vinegar is changing its shape to fit this bottle. It's going from a big bottle to a little bottle. And it's a liquid, so it changes its shape to fit into this bottle. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. The more vinegar you use and the more baking soda you use, the more gas you're going to make. We are going to see a reaction happen, a chemical reaction happen, and it's going to make a gas. I'm using a liquid, my vinegar, and a bunch of little powder, bunch of little solids to make a gas. Now I have my balloon on the end of a funnel. And I'm going to take my baking soda and I'm going to pour it into the funnel so that it goes down, down, down into the balloon. And you'll see the balloon is starting to expand. It's starting to get bigger. It's expanding because it's full of powder. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Take it off. Be very careful so it doesn't all spill. Now, here's the fun part. You stretch the balloon and you put it on the top of the bottle. Let me show you. See? Now, don't do anything just yet, okay? For this reaction to happen, the powder, the solid, is going to fall in and touch the liquid, the vinegar. You're going to see a gas form. How can we tell if there's a gas? What does a balloon usually do when you blow it up? It gets bigger. It fills with gas from your lungs. We're going to see a gas fill up this balloon. Okay? Keep your eyes open. I'm shaking it because there's some powder still in there, and I want some of the more baking soda to make its way into the balloon. Now look at that. This balloon filled up with air. It filled up with a gas. How cool is that? So, water can change its form. It changes its state of matter, how it changes. It can be liquid, like the vinegar. It can be solid. Look at the baking soda in there. See the solid clumps of baking soda? Or it can be a gas, like what's filling up this balloon. How cool is that? Water can change its form. That's amazing. When you go about your day today, see if you can find something that's solid, like the funnel is solid, my scissors are solid, the Play-Doh is solid, the bottle is solid. See if you can find one solid. See if you can find one liquid, like this water and like this vinegar. So find one solid, find one liquid, and see if you can find a gas. Whether it's from an experiment, something you're breathing, or from steam. See if you can do it. Find a solid, find a liquid, find a gas. 3 things, okay? Bye.